Hello, you're watching Proactive. Here's a look at some of the small cap company news we've been covering over the past week. Solvonis Therapeutics says new data supports its lead alcohol use disorder program ahead of a planned phase 2B trial. CEO Anthony Tennyson says the results could streamline development and open access to a market of around 15 million US adults.
There's been very limited innovation in the treatment of that chronic disease over the last number of decades. And so what we're seeking to do here is to develop an innovative treatment or medicine to treat that chronic disease and ultimately to provide hope for the individuals, families and communities whose lives are destroyed by this disease.
Tertiary Minerals has started its biggest ever drilling campaign in Zambia. Managing Director Richard Belcher says the campaign aims to define a maiden resource while testing for extensions and a potentially deeper sulphide system.
It could be potentially a game changer for the company in that respect, targeting the deeper sulphide. But we also must remember, these near surface oxide copper occurrences, copper silver occurrence in our case, these are, significant occurrences as well, and could potentially be highly profitable mining operations.
CelLBxHealth is reshaping its strategy around cancer diagnostics and new pharma partnerships. CEO Peter Collins says collaborations with AstraZeneca and AdventHealth could help expand the clinical use of its Parsortix platform.
This is another, meaningful commercial and validation opportunity that moves Parsortix both further in the research and the clinical oncology environment. So I'm very excited about both.
Coinsilium says Bitcoin remains just one part of its growth story. The company is also targeting opportunities in AI prediction markets and blockchain infrastructure.
We have a habit and it's in our business model to go quite early on the future kind of transformative technologies. So what it means in practical terms is we're going to focus our capital, advisory and venture building activities on areas, for example, where blockchain still, but also artificial intelligence and data-driven systems are converging. So we have identified the emerging agentic AI economy, which is quite vast. I mean, we're talking about trillion-dollar markets.
Eco Buildings has begun building its AI-enabled manufacturing platform in Albania. Founder and Executive Vice Chairman Dr. Itur Albani said the new production line is designed to boost efficiency and support global expansion.
So now we put the technology into a heart. Everything is controlled. Everything is data-driven. We combine advanced material, automation, manufacturing system, and we add artificial intelligence in order to predict what will happen to the machine, how the product delivers, and how we can reduce time and the cost.
Frontier IP says a €211 million funding boost for portfolio company 2D Photonics marks a major milestone. CEO Neil Crabb also highlighted progress across its AI, energy and healthcare investments.
So the really big news, obviously, in the last 6 months was the €211 million grant state aid clearance for 2D Photonics. Clearance of this very large grant will allow them to build a substantial facility to demonstrate their technology. That's playing into photonics improvements in both AI and into defense.
Follow us and subscribe on YouTube, our social channels, and on proactiveinvestors.co.uk.